And we're live. Holy shit, let's
And
go.
we are live.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. All right, we need
And
some
so
energy
Duck's
right
already done a hydrate. Let's do that.
Duck
do it.
is...
We'll hydrate.
Duck, why are you doing this?
May or may not be drinking cider as well, but like that's by the by. I'm gonna drink water to hydrate.
I just finished my drink. I have to go get a new one.
Brother, why?
I drank
so
before he just... No, the thing is...
Man doesn't come with a full glass to a stream knowing that we have you guys in chat. That's crazy.
Right, well then, hold on.
Said with
Small
love.
delay.
Said with love. It's fine. We'll chat. We'll chat.
Cut it back. Hold on. We'll try this again.
Oh, sorry. You want me to go back to this night? We'll just sit here. I hope everyone's had a really good week. Hope everyone's been okay. Yeah, we're doing this today. I actually had it on the wrong screen. I'm totally organized. I'm totally with it. I'm totally awake. Crazy. To be doing this at the time. I don't know. But, you know, we're still here. We're committed. You know, hope you guys realize how committed we are to Calabria. But yeah, so, like, the last week kind of came to the Hymian Rises again. And we kind of were like, holy shit, we've basically done, like, fucking nothing on it. Other than, like, obviously, like, the map and figured out vaguely how it all works and stuff. So we filled in a lot of the people last week. And this week, we want to stick in the region because we've not made any animals or plants for the area. So today we want to go and start making some animals, some fauna, as one might say. And this region's pretty unique in a number of ways for this. You know, we do need the domesticated side. We obviously need the transport side and things like that. There's obviously a lot of cave stuff here, so we can start working on some mountain creatures and monsters and animals and things, which could be really cool, like underground type shit, which we've not really done in any region, up until this point, because we haven't really talked about the mountains much. I think there's like one mountain creature in the Cerulean coast and that's it. So yeah, we're excited. Effects just needs to get a drink, but yeah.
I'm here. Hello.
There he is. He's here.
I feel like I need one of those clappers. Okay, take two.
Oh
Hello.
yeah. I don't have an animation that I can pull up on stream, unfortunately. Maybe I need one of those for future.
That would be so funny. But yes, so I have a drink. I'm gonna drink now, but thank you for the hydration. But yes, as Saint was talking just now, since last time we are working on the animals of the region. And I made a little start on writing some stuff up, which you don't have to pull up now, but basically the creatures of this area have evolved for like the frozen landscape, right? Compared to the typical landscapes we've worked with recently, which were the steppes areas and then something like grasslands and forestry. So there's a difference between how these creatures would have evolved on these lands, and in the northern end of the continent is where the Hymian Rises are. So it borders the Eros Rises. So that's something to consider, considering that in the Eros Rises it is quite a wind-heavy area, and I assume it's going to influence the Hymian Rises just a little bit, as well as the creatures there. I'm sure some of them have just decided to walk upwards into the north and just decide to stay there. It's like it's too windy down there to go up, and have evolved there.
Yeah, it's possible there's been migration stuff, like
yeah,
and all kinds of stuff. And I think some animals may even exist both in the Hymian Rises and also in the northern Eros Rises, in the forested area there that is slightly further away from Torrent. So we might have some crossover in animals in the two regions, but I think getting a good grasp on this area will help us a lot with dealing with the north of the Eros Rises as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and considering that the Eros Rises have mainly like a lot of flying creatures on top of the land dwellers, we can always use that as a bit of a jump-off point as well as we make the wildlife of this area. And being a mountainous area, a lot of animals will have a lot of dexterity to navigate the mountains ranges, and also they're going to be stout to be able to survive the frozen areas of it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to think if they'll probably have quite a lot of fats on them, or some kind of like really thick wool or leather type situation. In which case, you know, that will give us some really interesting materials for things like the loom sages, which is a specialization in our world, or just in general for like uses. You know, like we could explain, you know, how, you know, the dwarves might have some lavish furniture. I don't know, like maybe they have some really plush pillows. You know what I mean? Like something that's an element of that.
I was thinking about a scaly type of creature that whose scales are used for runesmithing for rune armor by the dwarves. And the scales themselves being thick plates that are helping containing the heat in the body.
That would make
That's
sense.
something.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because, like, not to be like, scaly creatures are not common in frozen areas, and I'm aware of that, but this is a fantasy world, and I like scaly creatures. So I'm gonna make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Okay. Okay, I trust you. Effect will fix it in post is such a
I will fix it in
normal
post.
thing, so I
Cut
still need to. I
dragon.
need to put that on a t-shirt. You know what? I'll get that sorted for later. For at least the UK, I will get effect will fix it in post on t-shirts. This weekend, if anyone fancies buying one, it's kind of funny. But yeah, I'll get that sorted later with Printful. This game really needs a Tusker. Oh my god, Bobby. The Icarus addiction is coming.
For copyright reasons, we can't, but the physiology of a Tusker is interesting, and we can get into that a little bit, not because it's a Tusker, but because of how animals work that are beasts of burden. So we can definitely work on that.
Yeah, so we talked like very briefly, like we do try and plan these streams a little bit. Crazy, I know, trying to be organized as wild.
By plan, she means talk 5 minutes before stream.
We mainly just catch up on life, and then we're just like, so we're doing this today, right? But no, so we were talking about, like, you know, how, because we were trying to decide whether we wanted to do flora or fauna today. Because obviously we need to do both. Next week will be flora, because we've done fauna. We're going to do fauna today. But, you know, in that, we were talking about how, you know, when it comes to the fauna of this region and, you know, obviously all the different animals and creatures and monsters and everything we're going to have, you know, this is a much more interesting and diverse region to populate, because we need to think about, you know, if we look at their map, the distance between cities within the mountains itself, like underground passageways, is massive. So how do they get from A to B? What kind of mechanisms or animals, like Effector said, beasts of burden, haulers, are we going to have? Equally then, for the travel between Warden Forge and the Masterwork Citadel, there's a large stretch of that that's outdoors. That's several days. In fact, quite a lot more. It's quite a long time to go from A to B. And so, you know, with the dwarves being hypersensitive to sunlight and probably not really wanting to stop much, I mean, do they use nocturnal animals? Because they won't want to travel during the day. They'll sleep during the day. So what's the vibe here? What's going on? How do they manage it? As well as, obviously, the Forager's Cradle and the land between, because it's not being built on and constantly utilized for resources, it's probably going to be really wild and natural. Other than, obviously, the small foraging they do there, but we've already talked about how the dwarves are much more respectful of the balance of nature, not wanting to take too much. So it gives us a great opportunity to really explore a wild and just completely, like, almost left to deal with itself environment.
Yeah, it's very environmentally friendly in that sense that, like, nature thrives here. Like, we've mentioned about previous zones where there is always something there that sort of interjects nature, that
Humans,
tries to
no,
fight.
sorry.
But a lot aside from that,
Yeah.
Aside from that, also other supernatural factors that try to mess with Sesame, which is normal, considering that right now Sesame is in a state of distress, given, you know, she's asleep. But after being very heavily injured, which is a whole, we've talked about this many times, and there's no need to repeat.
The Great Dividing. I will get the page on the website up soon, I swear. I'm aiming to do it this weekend.
We'll look up, yeah.
I'm aiming to do it this weekend, don't worry. We're good.
It's all good, yeah.
My D&D players are asking too many questions about it. I gotta get it up.
Absolutely, yeah. But ultimately, unlike those areas, the dwarves are very protective over the land, both because of Sesame, but also because of Terra being here. So nature thrives.
Yeah.
It would be the closest equivalent zone to this one in terms of, like, natural preservation would be the Wildheart Concord.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
So,
almost kind of left to do its own thing with minimal interjection from anyone else.
Minimal interjection.
Also, we do
Everyone's
have a
just vibing.
hydrate and a posture check from Ghost. Welcome in, Ghost. Glad to see you again. And we shall both
Go to the
hydrate now
bathroom.
that Effect has a drink. There we
Yes.
go. Hydrated. I'll hydrate with both water and cider because I am drinking cider, but that's fine.
This area also really emphasizes something really cool, which is the frigid knoll, which has a lake that's frozen over. And we can play around with that a little bit.
I love, because obviously a lake is very deep water, right? So it's not going to be completely frozen through. None of this is. All of this is going to be surface level freeze. So I love the idea of what kinds of like fish there could be and creatures under the ice, you know, and even having some kind of like ice fishing type situation like happening, because it would make sense as like a, you know, hunting and foraging group.
Oh my god!
To have those kinds of things.
You know, one day, this is unrelated slightly, but for like the starting screens and stuff, you know how we have the or like the BRB screens and stuff, you have like the fun facts that pop up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would be really funny, maybe one day in the future, if we ever have that type of resource, to have like some artworks where like our creations in the world of Calabria are doing something. So, for example, a dwarf ice fishing, and then you have facts popping up on the side. Or you know, a dawn elf praying, and you just have some facts and stuff coming up. It would be so fun.
I can probably set that up, to be fair. That would
well,
be
we need
fun.
the artwork for it first.
Yeah, we do need the artwork, but we can have like fun facts up here. I should probably have set that up ages ago, to be fair.
Didn't we already do that?
Make a note. We have it on our BRB screen, but it'd be cool if we had like little pop-ups come up during stream as well.
Oh, true, yeah.
Hey Cam, welcome in.
I can.
How you doing? Hope you've had a good week. Still love that emote, man. It's a good emote. Anyway, so yeah. Also, we need to think about. I mean, the somatic waste is obviously devoid of a lot of stuff. But are there going to be any kind of small things that live there? Are there going to be anything? You know, like what would make that area potentially dangerous to traverse through, other than the fact that obviously it's devoid of shelter and things like that? Like, we could think of some cool things that could be there as well, that thrive in that environment, which could be quite fun. But for now, let's try and stick to the more reasonable areas, the Forager's Cradle, the Frigid Knoll, and yeah, we really need to start thinking about some mountain creatures, like underground creatures, which we've really not done, like, anything on, to be honest. Oh, you Wagwand, Cam? Oh my god. My guy. Wagwand, my G. Alright. Cool. So yeah, you've said you started on a couple of little things already.
Just in the Hymian Rises document itself, I just wrote down a bit of an intro. That's really it.
Read out your intro to us. Well, I'll just let you read it.
The creatures of the Hymian Rises are evolved from the frozen wastes of the jagged and unforgiving mountain ranges across the northern ends of the continent. Right. This is reflective on the animals of the area, both domesticated by the dwarves and used for burdens, and wild fauna that dwell in the thick forestry and ice sheet. And Cam just said they gotta be called dwellers. Surely that the creatures, or the dwarves called dwellers.
Giant mole. Hold on. Isn't dwarves are called dwellers, or you want giant moles? Because Go said giant mole first. The dwarves already have some names that insult them, like stouters. Which is just kind of funny. I mean, it's not. You should never use words to insult people specifically based on their, you know, race or gender or anything else. You know. Stump. Yeah, we got stout, or like stouters already.
Stumpy.
Yeah. Like stocky as well. Stockport was named as kind of like a joke against them.
Stoutport, yeah.
It's not our fault that people suck, and we have to reflect that to make it a believable world to be immersed in, you know what I mean?
That's, yeah. Short wide.
Fucking hell. Samwise Gamgee? No, sorry.
Copyright?
It's because you put SW with a hyphen, okay? I can't help it. I'm Tolkien.
So, yes.
But yeah, so giant mole, definitely ghost. A giant mole creature would be fucking awesome. Maybe as a scavenger type? What kind of creature do you think that would be? Scavenger? Giant mole? Oh god, do you found mammoths now? Flux, Jesus.
They have mammoths.
Wow. Okay, well, sorry.
Okay, so quickly, in terms of moles, right?
Yeah.
We definitely, that's a good idea. That would be a threat that's like also underground a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
We, I mean, we can definitely work on them all. I'd like us to do more surface stuff first.
While Ghost has the idea, we
out-
might as well do this one real quick, and then we can go to the surface.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I'm just thinking because like then now we have to like think about, okay, so if that's a threat, is it a threat to them, or did they domesticate them all? What's the idea? Because if they're a threat to the dwarves, then that's gonna interject with the hauler creature that's inside.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it could be a threat on the pathways the same way that like a wolf is a threat on a road. You know, like maybe it's not like deadly. It's not like a Tarask. You know what I mean? Anyone who knows D&D. But yeah, maybe potentially can cause collapses. Maybe it's more like a pest. like they're not going to attack you. Like maybe they're not gonna like then they could just they might not eat people. They might just be burrowing around and occasionally cause mine collapses. Which is
but isn't that like significantly worse than getting killed?
If we're getting trapped in a mine. Potentially. But that's why it'd be interesting if the dwarves would develop some kind of way of like checking for them and like
the entire I like that. I'm just thinking like, I mean, yeah, we can do that.
It makes sense. There would be issues like that. You know, it happens in real life too. So in a place near me, I'm not going to give too much. Oh, actually, it's not near enough for me to care about. In my county, there's a place where seeing a rabbit is considered such bad luck that people would be able to not go to work that day. I get paid time off because it was such bad luck. Because what would happen is they had a lot of quarries and things there, quarries and mines. And rabbits caused so much surface level destruction to soils and things from burrowing that they would cause collapses in the quarries and mines. So even tiny animals on the surface can cause issues like that. So having something underground, I mean, it makes complete sense. Moles were a pain, yeah.
How big is a giant mole then?
I would say like a medium creature. Like no bigger than a wolf. You know what I mean? Maybe dog-sized. How big are moles normally?
They're not that big.
I'm thinking like maximum size German Shepherd. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Like a German Shepherd sized mole.
That's more doable. I was imagining like a giant tunnel sized mole. You know what I mean? Like.
No, that would be insane.
Exactly. That's why I was like ultimately initially being like, ooh.
Oh no, giant is relative to the size of the normal creature. Giant is all relative. I'm saying like
moles are smaller than hedgehogs. Yeah, normally.
Are they actually? But hedgehogs are so small.
Yeah, exactly.
I love hedgehogs.
They're so lovely.
Makes me upset that they're endangered now in the UK.
Really?
Yeah.
They're fine here, fortunately enough.
Yeah, look, due to loads of reasons, dehydration, and because of the droughts we've been getting every summer, flooding in the winter, because climate change, and also just badgers' populations are going up again, and badgers can rip hedgehogs apart, and they do.
Big sad.
And obviously human problems, which are big things, like, you know, replacing wild areas with farmland and things like that obviously don't help. Yeah. It's sad. Anyway, so German Shepherd-sized moles, which is kind of terrifying when you think about it anyway. I wouldn't want to fucking deal with that. Moles are small animals that are around the size of a large hot dog. That's so tiny! 11 to 16 centimeters? Yeah, why a large hot dog is this? Where did you find this?
What is this, Google?
Is this like AI generated Google? Is this like the AI giving you an answer? Because who the fuck measures animals in terms of large hot dogs?
Is this America?
It's gotta be America. It's gotta be Google AI or something.
Probably.
It's so fun. I know how to measure it. Pick a size of a hot dog. Is it a large hot dog or a medium hot dog?
They probably put a hot dog next to a hedgehog.
That's insane. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just find that really funny. It was AI. Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's just a comparison.
It's the hot dog comparison that's crazy. No. The measurements are right. Yeah. I understand that the measurements are gonna be right. Fucking AI comparing, like, instead of just going, yeah, they're generally like between 11 and 16 centimeters long. They're like, nah, it's the size of a small hot dog. What? Trying to sound human? Fuck. Oh man, this is why we hate AI. Right, anyway. German Shepherd-sized moles, which cause structural issues in tunnels and mines, which can cause collapses. I like the idea that there's like gonna be a profession that's literally their only job is to like go along, like travel up and down the tunnels and things and check for any signs of like damage and collapse. Because that would make sense. That would be a fucking important job, especially on the more like highways, you know?
Mole maintenance.
Mole maintenance, yeah, literally, just to be like, do I see any tunneling activity nearby? Do I see any cracks forming? I like the idea that they'd probably also be like hunted because of the issues they cause. Like they're literally gonna be pests like rats, right? Like you see one, get rid of it.
Yeah.
So they're seen as pests. So what's their importance though? Why are they important for the ecosystem? We're saying they're scavengers. What is it they scavenge on?
Worms.
Yeah, just like any like underground insect life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Got to be kept in check somehow.
Well, yeah. I mean, I imagine, especially being underground, there is a bunch of like sicknesses and things that are kept at bay because there is nothing to spread the sicknesses. Because the moles are eating.
Okay, I like that. Okay. So they scavenge on like insects and worms and things. There's a word for this, and I was just watching Ants Canada, so we should. Great channel. The word for like soil insects that have. What do you think? It'll come back to me later. Not invertebrate. Specifically creatures that like basically eat like rotting stuff or just like break down like different negative things in environments. There's a word for it and I can't think of what the word is. Anyway, the dwarves have some that are tamed to help with digging. They could. I mean, do we want them to have tried to tame some of these guys? What do you think, Effect?
Maybe the odd dwarf, like how someone would have a pet rat.
Yeah, literally the same comparison.
I mean,
I like that.
I wouldn't restrict it. I wouldn't be like, you as a player cannot have a pet mole. I would be like, it's not common, and you might get odd looks, but you could try. I do think they are definitely not domesticated. They are tamed.
Yeah. Okay, so German shepherd-sized moles, which cause structural issues in tunnels and mines, which can cause collapses, seen as pests by the dwarves and are dealt with the same way that rats are to others. They scavenge on insects and worms and other such soil creatures. A few dwarves have taken them on as pets in the tunnels, but they are few and far between and are often seen as weird. Yeah? Yep. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Carrions? Yeah, no, that's not the word either. Oh, it'll come back to me, don't worry about it.
Like, imagine like familiars, and like I know we don't have familiars necessarily, but like the equivalent of a witch having a black cat, you would see a dwarf having a mole. Yeah.
So what do they look like? What are they? Do they look like your typical mole, just big, or like do they have like the weird star-shaped nose, like that one type of mole? Like what are their features? What do they look like? What kind of colors are they? Like being something like browns or blacks or dark colors makes sense for the environment that they're in. Obviously, colorful isn't necessarily useful.
You know what we haven't really decided on?
What's
what
that?
type of rock the Hymian risers are. You know, because we can assume it's just a gray rock, right? But we
Yeah.
also, you know how we have like the scarred peaks, right? And they have a different type of material within them that gives them a darker look. So that mountain range entirely is darker.
That's true. We
You know?
haven't talked about the rock formation here, Ben. I kind of feel like more grey kind of rock. You know, like more natural, almost stone. Like something solid. I feel like the dwarves are all about like solid stuff, right? We have talked about them having like a black iron type substance, like black metal, which they like is natural in their mountains. So maybe that's tinged areas of it though. Like dark, like deep grey, like a dark grey. Could be quite fun. Also the word they're called detrivores.
Detrivores, yeah. Gotcha.
Nope. I'm gonna type it. I'm just gonna type it. Detritivores. There you go. My dyslexia was struggling so fucking much just there. I don't know if anyone noticed. If you did notice, please forget it.
I have a suggestion to build off of what Ghost said. Ghost suggested that they look like star-nosed moles. Now, the reason a star-nosed mole is called a star-nosed mole is because of the nose having these little sensory grippers.
Yes.
Which are shaped like a star.
It's super cool.
Yeah, which is really cool, yeah. But what about we call these fist moles? And instead of a star, it looks like a closed fist. It's just like a big...
Like their nose is just like they're ready to punch someone.
Yeah.
That is kind of funny.
Like, you know, just like having a mole that has a clown nose, right? That's the
like
vibe.
a clown nose that looks like a fist.
Well...
Or that just is like, just super round. Like super round.
Yeah, it's just round, yeah. Like, again, like a closed fist. That's kind of the thought behind it.
Are they going to be also like reddish in color?
They don't have to
the
be
red-nosed mole.
I'm gonna leave that up to what people think. I don't know. Doesn't have to be. It can be white.
White
Have
could
their
be kind of
fur-
cool. If we're saying that,
Yeah.
like, we're saying that the rock is like shades of grey, basically, right?
Yeah.
Having them be kind of like grey black in color for camouflaging, among other things, right? Because that makes sense. Yeah, having just like a white nose could be really fun.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, they're blind, so their nose helps them see.
Yeah.
Just like how a platypus's beak helps with waves.
Bury the platypus. Anyway, white in color. They have grey to black skin. Do moles have fur?
Yes.
Right, cool. Thanks. Wasn't sure. Brain was struggling there.
It's very oily and thin, but it's there.
Should we say that they're sensitive to vibrations?
I imagine so, yeah.
Okay. So they have large round noses, which are white in color, and they have grey to black fur. This nose helps them see with increased sensitivity to vibrations. Yeah?
Yeah.
And yeah, they have fur but really short. Yeah. So it's just in my head, I'm really struggling to picture a mole. Like now I can picture it, but I struggle.
Do we say they have eyes? Or do we say they just don't have eyes?
We could just make them blind. And they just purely hunt through vibration.
Yeah. Because it would be really, like, I know it would look creepy, but just having sockets instead of eyes.
Oh god, sockets but no eyes. Like they've evolved out of them, but the sockets are still there?
Yeah.
That would look fucking creepy. I love it. Okay,
Nice.
Okay, so they have evolved out of needing eyes, so don't have them, but they do still have small sockets where eyes used to be several evolutions ago. Creepy. Real creepy.
I like it.
God, can you imagine trying to hunt these things if they're so sensitive to vibrations? Like every minute you get close to them, they just fucking disappear off somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, that's why I don't think they like are actively like the wolves don't actively go around hunting them. They like crowd control, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just like if they're too close to like major tunnel systems, they might be like,
like,
that nest can't be there.
Yeah, you have people who deal with it, but they don't actively go out.
Fucking like pest hunters for moles.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we...
I imagine the pest control wolves have like specifically shaped sticks or like hammers that they use to like guide them away or something. To like
scare them off or something, or just
like to cause a vibration through the rock, right? It's like a very flat hammer. You like hit the wall of a cave that you've been digging, and then that vibration is giving a warning to the mole, so they scatter away.
That'd be smart. That's pretty cool. Again, I just love the idea that this is literally a whole fucking profession in the Dwarvish nations. It's basically just people who go along checking the tunnels for moles.
Yeah.
And mole damage, you know. And then they probably call someone else to come fix the damage. That's 2 professions right there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
This is a heavily craft-focused society, so it does make sense. Okay.
Good. So,
what are we calling them? Are we giving them also fancy names, or like? So we already have one domesticated animal that's in here, by the way, which I completely forgot from a long time ago. Which someone called a rubets, which is a ruby crystal sheep that's mined for crystals, and its diet is rocks and gravel. Which is wild. And I completely forgot about until I opened this document earlier. But so what, like naming convention wise, we can change that now that we've talked more about the dwarves if we choose, but like what do we think about naming conventions for animals?
So we have a few, I have a few ideas.
Okay.
That are specifically catered towards that sort of high English posh thing, right?
Well, see, that's what I'm wondering. Do we want to still cater to that?
So yeah, if we do cater to that, there's so many funny ways to call a mole.
Okay.
Because you can literally call him a subterranean gentleman, or like Lord of the Loam, right? Or something like that, or like a velvet, like like a burrower, like a velvet burrower or something.
Velvet burrower sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah, because of the the very very velvety fur.
That's so funny, and that is very high and mighty.
Keeper of the undersoil.
That sounds so dramatic.
The custodian of the rooted realm.
Oh man.
The architect of the tunnels.
Okay. All right, man. I typed mole backwards and it came to Elon. So Elon Musk's name is Noel. Yes, that's how that works, buddy. Okay, I like this though. I think calling them overly posh things is just funny. And maybe we can have a common name as well or something for like the less cultured.
Less cultured.
But I like the idea. I'm just thinking of how the dwarves would say it, alright? I'm just saying. But okay, I like that though. So
Root architect?
Root architect is good. I don't know, he's what architects.
Do you need me to spell it?
It's wrong. It's definitely wrong, but it hasn't corrected me yet. Okay, there we go. Hold on, it's correcting me now. Oh, I put an E where an I should have been. Okay, cool. Just like Sierra is at level 100 right now. So what's the common name for root architects? Just something mole? Like, are they just moles? Like, what are they called? We could even just call them tunnelers.
Yeah.
Like, the common name is tunneler. But like, if you're a dwarf, it's a root architect.
A root architect.
Oh, the root architects are causing so much havoc in the tunnel this time of year.
Yeah, you see, I had been having a stroll through the western tunnels, and I had seen an architect of the root simply dig through the soil.
There's no one keeping them in check these days.
I had tripped upon the floor.
These dwarves are gonna be such assholes. A gomok as a name? That's a fucking cool name.
Gomok sounds like really cool. Sounds like a.
But how do I put a symbol on an effect?
Yes.
Can you do that on your keyboard and put like the backwards?
Yes.
I know how to call it in French, but what is it called in English? Does it have a name in English? Because you have like an accent aigu, and then.
Oh wait, why do we have that symbol on it though?
I don't know. It sounds cool. What would make an ok sound? Like ok. Is that like the umlaut, or?
No, that's
That's
It would be
okay.
Gemuk. It wouldn't be that.
Gmuk. Just the second o. I mean, it does already sound like gomok, right?
Gomok. Yeah, Gomok.
Gmuk. Yeah, I think that's fine. Gomok as is, without the accent, because I really struggle with accents and things. Gomok. So
I'm just wary of using accents because of how we've done.
true.
We want to make it accessible. We want to make it accessible.
No. So fair. So okay. So the rubets. The ruby crystal sheep. Obviously, this needs a posh name too now. We can't have the root architects and then keep this as the rubets. So I'm gonna say that's the common name. So what do we want to call a ruby crystal sheep mined for crystals? Where basically instead of like wool, they grow crystals, and the crystals can be harvested off of them. Which is fucking weird as an animal design, but I think that's really fun. It could be like just something simple, like gem something. Gemlings?
That sounds too cutesy.
Yeah, it does sound really cutesy, doesn't it? Maybe the babies are cute. I don't know. Specifically ruby crystal sheep. So like a red crystal sheep. Basically.
A crystalline ovine.
A crystalline ovine?
Yeah.
What's an ovine?
Like the sheep version of a bovine.
Is that
Like a
actually like